Top-notch golf tournament and camp is set to be held in Dasmariñas, Cavite next month with the aim of polishing the skills of young Filipino golfers.
Welcome to The Score. This is Diane Castillo, and in this episode, I am with Akshay Maliwal and Thea Reyes from Dreambig Events. I know this Dreambig Events is a big opportunity now for athletes in the Philippines. So tell us what Dreambig is all about.
So I started Dreambig Events 3 years ago with the hope to help student athletes in the Philippines get more exposure to U.S. colleges. We run events, we run tournaments, and then we run summer tours in the summer that take student athletes from the Philippines to visit colleges in the U.S., play tournaments there, and do camps at different universities. I started that operation, and then I realized that a lot of student athletes in the Philippines couldn't afford to go to the U.S. in the summer. So I decided to bring college coaches to Philippines as the opportunity to bridge the gap. And so over the last 3 years, we've had 5 different events to bring different college coaches, such as Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Johns Hopkins, Carnegie Mellon. They've come and done tennis camps in the Philippines, and now we're moving into golf, and next year we're going to be doing soccer.
Wow. So for you to be doing this means you believe in the Filipino athlete.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've invested more than 4 years of my life so far in the small career that I've built, investing in the Filipino athletes. And I feel very strongly that the Filipino athlete have what it takes to be a global athlete. And so bringing the college coaches to Philippines is the first step in giving them that international exposure that they have to travel abroad to get.
Right. So I know a lot of Filipino athletes who dream of studying in the United States. What would be their first step?
The first step in the process would be to identify what is your aspiration for a U.S. college. I feel like most parents at an early age of their child's athletic career are slightly unaware about what is their expectation. But I feel like if you want to go to the U.S. college, you should aspire for a scholarship, because the cost of education in the U.S. is very expensive. So aspiring for a scholarship is something that most families here should want.
Yeah.
The first step to that would be to get exposure. What I mean by exposure is playing tournaments and camps in front of universities that would ultimately scout you.
Right.
And that's the purpose of Dreambig Events, is to give the student athlete that kickstart.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So now, Thea, you have this big event that's coming up this December. Can you tell us about it?
We actually have 2 events. So we have the Dreambig Challenger Gold Tournament. This is an FCG tournament. And we also have the Dreambig Gold Series Golf Camp happening at the same week.
What are the dates for that?
The tournament will be on December 16 to 17, and the camp will be on December 17 to 18.
Location?
This will be at Orchard Golf Club. here in Manila.
Nice. And how many golfers is it open to?
So we are open to up to 60 golfers.
60?
Yes.
Okay.
So we would love to see more student athlete golfers from the Philippines attend it. And one of the big announcements that we would also like to make is that we are working closely with some of the associations in the Philippines to get this up and going. And that's something that's really exciting, because then we can expand it further to more of the golfers that we don't have access to currently.
All right. Now, is it difficult to get a golf scholarship in the U.S.?
I think any scholarship is difficult to get. I think the challenge with golf, more than any other sport, is the time taken to train. Because the investment of time is up to 6 hours on the golf course if you want to finish an 18-hole round.
Yeah.
And so with student-athlete life, you have to go to school and then you have to play golf tournaments after. I think the time taken to practice is heavy.
Yeah.
And so I think getting a scholarship requires a lot more effort.
Yeah. So what are the ages of the golfers who can participate in this upcoming camp?
Well, for the camp, we are expecting golfers from 12 to 18 years old. But for the tournament, it's open to all golfers of all ages. Well, junior golfers.
Because the tournament is a Future Champions Golf Qualifier, which is a junior tournament series in the U.S. So the top few players from each category will get a qualification spot to the San Diego World Championship.
Yeah.
And so having that opportunity as a next step allows us to open it up to everyone and anyone who wants to aspire for that.
Nice. Now, for the camp, because I'm sure a lot of our viewers would be interested, the parents anyway, how can they sign up or even apply to have a scholarship position in the camp?
Well, all they have to do is actually just visit our site, www.dreambig.events, and they can sign up online. It's
right.
as easy as that.
So that's happening this December. Okay,
Yes.
now in January you have a big tennis camp happening, and which are the college coaches that are coming, Akshay?
So the golf camp has Columbia, UCLA, and UC Berkeley. The tennis camp has Brown University, Boston University, and Cornell University.
Wow.
So the recruiting coaches from these universities are coming.
And all the top
Coaches are coming, and they're looking to scout talent, but also familiarize themselves with the landscape. One of the biggest things is they have no idea about what Filipino tennis life is like. We're giving them that platform.
Yeah.
We're giving them that opportunity.
So the tennis camp is going to be held at the Manila Polo Club. And what are the dates for that?
The tennis camp will be on January 9 to 12.
And the tournament?
It will be a 2-day tournament, so that's January 9 to 10, and the 2-day training camp will be on the 11th and 12th.
So the tournament is, I suppose, UTR certified, right?
Absolutely. So UTR is a college rating tool, essentially.
Yeah, that's something new in the last, I don't know what.
Last 4 years. Most student athletes in the Philippines haven't either, but now they're getting more familiarized because we are launching UTR tournaments in the Philippines. But all of them are a combination of UTR tournament followed by a camp. So it's back to back.
Yes.
And so we like the idea of giving people rating and then quickly followed by exposure.
Yeah.
And
these two events that you mentioned are just two, and then for 2020 you're planning a couple more. Can you tell us about it?
so we want to do tennis camps in January and August every year. We want to do golf camps in August and December every year. And then the goal is to do soccer camps in April and then at the end of summer, so end of July.
Wow, so that's super good news for Filipino athletes, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Akshay, any final words from you?
I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to help many student athletes in Asia, but more specifically in the Philippines. And I think this sort of platform that I've been given allows me to tell more of the audiences that listening in about the benefits of considering a U.S. college scholarship.
Yeah.
And I would love to see 100,000 Filipino student athletes in the next 10 years.
That would be awesome. So thank you for coming to the Philippines, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
This has been The Score. We hope you enjoyed this segment. I'm Diane Castillejo.
And thank you, Diane. And this has been The Score. I'm Miko Halil. You can also watch The Score on Iowan for free. We'll see all of you again tomorrow. We'll leave you now with our feature on the recent clash between the Philippine Rugby League and the Japan Rugby League in Baler, Aurora. And don't forget to check out a fresh episode of The Score Sundays after the UAP Games.
Well, we've come up to Baler, Aurora, to take on Japan for the Asian Cup. Whoever wins will be crowned the Asian champions for 2019, which is very prestigious. We're the current holders of it. Having won, we're undefeated since 2012 in Asia, so we've got a big game ahead of us against the mighty Japan side, a very big team, and should be good atmosphere and that.
Pressure sa amin kasi kami yung defending champion. Then pressure din sa kalaban kasi yung title ng World Rugby Union ginanap sa kanila. Kaya pressure sa Japan.
Philippine team is very strong, so we're training hard.
Unfortunately, we lost to a very strong Japan team. We was playing for the Asia Cup. It's the first time it's been played in 2 years. So the Philippines were the current holders of the Asia Cup. Sadly, not today. We didn't win, so Japan are fortunate enough to take that back home to Japan, and they'll hold that for another 2 or 4 years until the Philippines or another Asian team is ready to play for that game.
Rugby is a really unifying sport, teamwork, discipline, and I think in disadvantaged communities you give kids an opportunity to work together. If you want to come and play here and train, it's free as long as you teach the local kids your sport. So it's more of getting those skills out into the provinces.
Kumukuha kami ng mga players na out of school youth para malibang sila, hindi sila doing drugs, pagnanakaw or something. Kaya dine-develop namin yung mga bata para may mindset sila, disiplina.
ako nag-rugby, siguro hindi mas mahuhubog yung pagkatao ko. Kung dati, patambay-tambay lang ako ngayon. Pero ngayon, ito na ako. Kung saan-saan ako nakipag-participate na tournament.